Ann Coulter is the best-selling author, a brilliant columnist. You know, she just spoke at Oxford. You know, she's going to speak at Columbia University. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Mark Simone?
Oxford. Wow, I'm great. Oxford. That's pretty impressive.
It was fun.
And Columbia, how'd that happen? They're so usually crazy liberal.
I know. We'll see. I think it'll be nice. It's March 27th. I hope you'll come.
Well, that's Columbia. Now, your latest book.
Columbia's nice now, thanks to Mayor Giuliani.
Yeah, no, but your book, In Trump We Trust. Everybody should get that, by the way. Usually you bring the book so people can get it signed or something. But when these Columbia students see a book called In Trump We Trust.
Oh, I think they're going to love it.
I think. But that's a big deal to be speaking there. That's where the Iranian president spoke.
Yeah, I know. Me, Ahmadinejad. So I guess we'll see. They seem to believe in free speech more than Berkeley. I used to give more college speeches than anyone in America. I love college speeches. They're really fun. And I'm generally the only conservative a college student will hear in 4 years of college. So it's kind of a mind-blowing experience for them to hear what someone else has to say. What the other side is like your entire political news comes from MSNBC, and then I burst out of the blue. So I'm glad these are picking up. I also have one in Boulder, Colorado, the week before Columbia. I hear Boulder, very conservative campus.
Oh.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, there you go.
Boulder.
You know, if you watch this crazy MSNBC or Lester Holt or CNN yesterday, you would think the biggest news in the world is Jared Kushner. Security access is down one notch. They actually think all over America now, this is what workers are discussing. Jared Kushner's security clearance.
Well, I will admit the security clearance per se is not, well, actually it is. It is kind of bad. This is why you shouldn't be hiring your relatives. I don't think the nepotism thing goes over well with your ordinary Americans. That was not what Trump campaigned on.
No, I'm just saying.
You shouldn't do that.
I don't think Jared Kushner's business is on anybody's radar in the middle of America.
In general, I 100% agree with you on the Russia stuff. It's hilarious how no one cares. They want, I mean, to the extent they care, they're annoyed. They want Trump to do the things we elected him for. But you know, no, the nepotism thing is bad.
Hey, you know, President Trump says he's going to California to look over the wall samples. The prototypes.
Oh, excellent. We're what is it, 410 days in?
Well, he got the tax cuts done. Look, he's going to get the wall done. He's got the 10 prototypes. They've had people testing them now for a few weeks, and he's going to go make the final call. You sound skeptical.
Let's hope so, because the midterms are coming soon, and I think it is good news that he's announced that he's running again, because that means he really has to build the wall. Otherwise, I mean, if he doesn't build the wall, he'll just have to announce, oh, look, I made America great. I'm not going to run again. Because you can't run again after running an entire campaign on building the wall and supporting illegals at every single stop. And he apparently wants to keep the illegals and not build the wall. So, okay, if he builds it, one of the tweets I think I retweeted yesterday was someone begging Trump to build the wall just so we would stop having to hear my constant border wall updates.
You'll get your wall. Even higher priority, we need to build or get an attorney general. Sessions has got to go. Don't you agree?
I'm also kind of lukewarm on that point. I mean, I can think of others I might want to put in that position, and particularly in Rosenstein's position. I wouldn't get rid of him. I'd move him someplace else.
Yeah, well, that's what would happen. They'd give him another cabinet post. Here's the problem.
Like maybe Homeland Security.
Well, the problem is you can't get a new attorney general appointed. Congress will never confirm anybody. So you can only take somebody who's already in the administration.
Oh, that's insane. No. This is the whole problem with the Trump administration, as illustrated by the Michael Wolff book. Michael Wolff, Trump administration, or Trump himself may denounce that book, but Michael Wolff is a great reporter. Everything he reported was told to him by someone working. Let's see, that's right, in the Trump White House, and Trump hired them. You can't just keep moving the swamp pieces around.
Okay, but you can't.
And no, I totally disagree with you. You only need Senate confirmation.
But you won't get it.
Oh, for Pete's sake! Well, then we're getting rid of the Commerce Secretary. Where is it? Transportation? Where is Mitch McConnell's wife?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of putting Mitch McConnell's wife in a cabinet position.
But if you name somebody you would love as Attorney General, these senators will never confirm him.
And Trump has no power to influence these senators. I've never seen someone so pee-whipped by Congress.
You can try.
For Pete's sake.
You can try, but
okay, now I'm with Lawrence O'Donnell. He wouldn't have run into the burning building.
So
if he can't face down Mitch McConnell, if he can't make them bend to his will on an appropriate attorney general and appropriate people for a lot of these positions, the problem is he was listening to Reince Priebus and RNC and, his son-in-law, who has a lifetime of experience in politics, and just, moved people from the RNC over to these positions in the administration. That has been an absolute abject disaster.
No, I got to agree with you on that. Here's breaking news, big breaking news. PBS is going to launch a conservative talk show. This is...
Oh, this is going to be like the New York Times conservative columnist.
Yeah, they have this David Brooks, who's the most liberal left-wing kook, but they register him as a Republican so they can claim he's a Republican.
Well, the funniest thing is this recent. I'm sorry. We'll get back to the NPR or PBS or whomever it is because I'm dying to hear who they're. I'll make some guesses. There's been this push at the New York Times editorial page. We're bringing in conservatives. We're bringing in conservatives, and every one of them is a liberal on every single thing except Israel. Oh my gosh! It would be like hiring, a liberal Catholics, and the one thing they're conservative on is abortion.
It's like CNN has that woman, Anna Navarro, who's the most left-wing liberal you've ever seen. And they say, well, she's registered as a Republican. They do that just to trick you. But
see, we could take care of that if Trump would start deporting illegals.
Well, let's see. I don't think I have the name of the two conservatives, but they've got... but you're right.
Yes, they're good on Israel.
All right, here it is. I don't know if any... Michael Gerson. Do we know who that is? And Amy Holmes.
Oh, okay.
Not great. So, but PBS is the most crazy liberal network. There's nothing more left-wing kooky than that Bill Moyers show.
Yeah, totally, and traitorous left. But it's interesting. I do think this is a good sign, and at least the threat of Trump not being afraid of Mitch McConnell perhaps is influencing PBS. It's insane that there is any sort of government support for PBS. For Pete's sake, we have not only a gazillion cable news shows and cable stations. You can't even, you get to a hotel and you can't find anything because there's so many stations. I'm not saying I want to go back to only 3 news stations for 1 hour a night, but and now with the internet, it's infinite. Liberals spend all day complaining about how people can get news from places other than MSNBC, and then say, "Oh, but we have to support this network." No, I think we don't. Why are we doing that? So maybe PBS sees the writing on the wall. We do need to tighten the belt now. We need some money for the wall. So maybe that's what's finally made them think of the novel idea of having someone on their network that represents half of America.
Well, actually, PBS kind of abused the whole privilege. They should never have allowed any political shows on there. They should have just stuck to good stuff like Sesame Street.
Sesame Street, yeah.
The Kennedy Center gets government funding. For years, they were very careful never to allow any political show ever in there of any kind, left or right. They said,
that is smart.
Yeah, we're government funded. We cannot get political. And PBS was totally arrogant about it, putting on a left-wing kook like Bill Moyers, even though they're getting government funding. It was just wrong.
When I worked for the Senate Judiciary Committee, we did, in case you're wondering, we did try to cut PBS funding. That was something that I assume always comes up when there's a Republican majority in Congress. And oh my gosh, the wailing and the screaming. And the funny thing about it is, you would think whenever their funding comes up, you know what's popular with the voters. All you would hear about is Sesame Street. It was Republicans are going after Big Bird. It's the old fireman first rule. Whenever local governments want to cut taxes, suddenly all we hear about is firemen and police. Well, no, okay. How about we keep the firemen and the police, but we get rid of the art therapy for the homeless. No. At that point, then that's how you figure out what's popular. You see it in Washington with the military, though I think they may be overdoing it with the military, in as much as military dollars are now going for the transgender conversion therapy.
Yeah. Well, I hate to say we're out of time, but everybody should get Ann Coulter's book, In Trump We Trust. You should get her new column. It comes out tonight. You should be.
Oh, it's buffo. Don't miss tonight's column. If you read nothing else, read tonight's column. And
you go to AnnCoulter.com, or make sure you follow Ann Coulter on Twitter. One of the biggest tweeters on Twitter, Ann Coulter Twitter. Get the book Adios America. That's one of the great books. And when are you going to speak at Columbia?
March 27th. I think it's 7 p.m., but I'm not sure about that. Mark your calendars. March 27th. It's going to be fun.
Is that open to the public, or you have to go to Columbia?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So you can see her.
Certainly you can come.
Well, it's all the way uptown.
It's beautiful up there now. Remember when that was a war zone? Oh, thank you, Rudy Giuliani.
All right, I'll come. But everybody follow all that stuff and follow her on Twitter. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Talk to you soon, Mark.
All right, take care.
We will make America great again.